Okay, here we are with the best choices of chapter 5 of Rogue's Choice. Let's go. This was the correct option. It is more fun in the cities. When she asked, I think we asked for her help, and she was like, why the fuck would I help you? But so it is like, it's more fun in the city. Let's go with that. Okay, this was also the correct option that I went with. Think it over. We're gonna lose favor anyway, but if we pick the first option, we might lose life as well. And we did pick this option last time as far as I can remember, so let's think it over. Okay, this is where we were passing through the tunnel with multiple goblins in it. I did pick the right option last time to walk past them because we don't really know their language. This was also the best option I could have used. I used the obscene gesture to intimidate him, which was the correct option. This was also the correct option because the slippery spell, as I guessed, was the best option. It was low favor, but it was correctly placed favor and correctly placed spell, considering we were on the edge of the huge chasm. So this was the correct option to use the slippery spell to make the wolf fall down into the river. I don't know if it's dead, but it fell down. I hope it's dead. This was also the best option to take a tour. If you go for the I am an adventurer, basically this is just going to end up in a fighting sequence where we're just going to be running from this guy and trying to run from him or whatever. I don't know what exactly happens, but yeah, it looks like it's going to be a bit of combat and running away or whatever. So we're gonna go back to our best option, that was taking a tour, which we did pick last time. I picked the loads of right option last time, so where the fuck did I go wrong? I'm guessing towards the end of the chapter, but anyway. This place is a sewer, correct option. The correct option was pull the rope for the door with the golden crown guard, because he had a ward in there. If we would have opened it, we would have lost life, which was the correct option to pull the rope, which we did. Say your companion is an idiot when Gukok was making stupid jokes or whatever. I wasn't really making a joke, but he kind of made a joke involuntarily. So yeah, that was the correct option as well. And I picked all the correct options at the start, but then it went to shit. Apparently get a message to Kalak is the right option. I don't know how we would do that, but sure. You remember how Iranova, the vampire, said she works for Kalak the wizard? You have to see Iranova anyway to give her the dress you agreed on. Why not give her the message to give it? Wow, I completely forgot about that. They're really pulling out all the stocks for this chapter, huh? They went back for that little detail from like last to last chapter. That's amazing. Well, that's a good one. That's a good one. Maybe passing on a valuable secret would even ingratiate you to the vampire. It would be nice to have a powerful ally. Attracting the attention of powerful is risky, so are secrets. If the wizard wants you quiet, there are probably 1,000 ways to he could kill you, including ordering Iranova to rip your throat out. On the other hand, if you want to climb the ladder in the city, save your sister with the hand of House Vrudahir, you're going to have to take some risks. I will get a message to Kalak. Get a message to Kalak? Okay, you say. Kriya raises her eyebrow and looks like she's about to laugh, but stops. Maybe she can read the confidence on your face. I'll send the message tonight, you say, puffing out your chest slightly, and do not ask how. It is best you not know. Kriya shakes her head and sighs. Fine. Right now we just need to get out of here, out of the inner ring, before we get strung up by our necks. Right. Now here's another interesting one. Apparently the time when we saw both of them, both the women, we can call out to them, which will give us 2 morale, and we can stay silent, which will give us 1 morale, and that's the one we did last time. We went for stay silent, but apparently call out to them works just fine, even though we're in the inner ring and they're in the outer ring. I guess the common folks wouldn't really understand, like, why the fuck is someone from the inner ring shouting anyway. So there shouldn't be a scene, but then again there's water in between, so you must shout really loud. I don't know how that works out, but it just works out, I guess. So yeah, let's call out to them. Yoo-hoo! You shout over the wall. Really? Yoo-hoo! The women do not look up. Not surprising. People shout in the city all the time. Rohacia, Katrain, you shout as you wave. The women look up, both shading their eyes from the sun. It is I. You almost say rooster, but then remember the name you were given back at the inn. It is I, Dragon. You shout. That's hilarious. Both of the women's jaw drop. Come on up, you call. I should like to catch up with you. Oh man, he really likes to hold a grudge, huh? I mean, it's not really grudge holding, but it's fucking hilarious because these women are merchants' wives, right? so they can make it into the middle ring. And if they have some special occasion, mayhaps if they have an invitation, they could possibly go into the inner ring for this and that. But there's no fucking way, there is no fucking way they can actually get into the inner ring just because, you know, they are not that high on the social ladder. So obviously if someone from the outer ring is suddenly in the inner ring and they are in the middle ring, obviously it's going to be absurd. Both the women's jaw drop. Come on up, you call. I should like to catch up with you. I know I should like to. That's a very, I'm guessing this is like a real English, not the modern English that has been fucked all the fucking way, because, you know, let me give you an example. Like the word peruse, Peruse, that word used to mean to, you know, examine something thoroughly. So if I say I'm perusing this item, so I would be extremely carefully examining the item. However, nowadays people use peruse as like, I'm just perusing over these items, like I'm just looking over these items, just you know, catching, like vaguely looking over them. So the meaning completely flipped. So just like that, this must be like the OG English where you say it is I instead of it is me. I'm guessing that's what's happening here. Stop that, he says Kriya. There is no reason to talk to them. You're calling attention to us. Gukok is now at your side, grinning down at the women. He waves. The two women turn to each other, the lips moving in an animated fashion. You wish you could make out what they were saying from here. Finally, Curtain turns to you. Sorry, we are already late for an appointment. Another time. Oh, that's right. You can't come in here. Well, I guess I'll just have to come out then. You call. Oh, wow, this guy. Fucking hell. I thought he would just not. Stop that. Says Kriya again, slapping your arm. If you want to, Rohisha calls back. Her red hair clutches the sunlight beautifully. You grin. Wait, oh, I'm sorry. Actually, I have a dinner to attend at the Duke's castle. You say another time. Mother of God, that's hilarious. Another time. Even from this distance, you can see the envy in their fake little smiles. Or maybe it's just confusion. It is mildly amusing that you are lying to those women for no reason, says Egra in your mind. Unless we actually are going to dinner with Duke, which would be splendid. Did you make this arrangement before I arrived? I'm just having a little fun, you say back to her. You wave to Roheshi and Katrina step back from the wall. What kind of fool are you? Says Kriya, shaking her head. I'm blending in, you say. No one would expect a fugitive to act that way. No one accepts anyone to act that way in the inner ring, says Kriya. Save that big mouth of yours for the outer ring. That's hilarious. That was actually way too funny. The stay silent option was just like a little wave, but this option is absurd. This is way too funny. So as I said, they could actually make it into the inner ring, but because they said we could come there, but it's better. I don't think our character chose the words correctly. It sounded a little, you know, maniacal, I guess is the word, where I mean, I don't know. It's just absurd. Why would he call to them and say, you can't come in here? I mean, I'm sure the way he said it and then joked about it, I'm guessing they don't really hold a grudge, but that's not exactly a good thing for us to say, I would say. And obviously, if you stay silent, they still look at you. So I'm guessing that is an event that is supposed to happen. So later, when we meet them, they're going to ask us about it. But regardless, let us see. So jump the wall we did first time, but that just didn't work because they're like, we're gonna raise the alarm. So we're not going to do that. If you go through without disguise, as I guessed, you just die or have to enter combat. Regardless, we're going to cast an illusion as we did last time. But last time we did typical citizens, which just takes away our favor. If we did merchants and escorts, we could get, you know, we could get 1 morale extra. But if we do a troop of fools, apparently that's going to give us favor, which I should have seen coming, considering you know, Egra would be happy if we acted like fools. So I'm gonna see what troops of fools does. You can feel Egra's elation after you give permission to use her troops of fool idea. There is a shimmer before your eyes, then see your friends dressed as fools, large pantaloon, jester hats, and painted faces. Gukok shouts and runs away. Yeah, I've already read this part. He plays his part too well, you say. You need to warn him. Yeah, we already read this. This is the same thing. When she is done whispering, she glares at you. Why are we dressed as fools? You shrug. Because Gukog acts the part and we all smell the part. It takes a minute or two. Yeah, I've read that. Yeah, same thing. The traffic coming out has lightened. You don't have to wait in long line before it is your turn. The guards smile as you approach. Well now, what have we here? Says the guard in the shining plate mail armor, presumably the highest ranking of the three. Just finishing up our work, you say, on our way to another engagement. We're not letting you through until you make us laugh, says another guard. You wouldn't want to hold up the line. Oh, a lady jester, says the leader. Never seen one of those. Go ahead, give us something. It has been a dull day, says second guard. Egra, turn one of these bastards into a donkey or something, you say in your mind. That would require far too much intervention from my father, says Egra. Give them a show. I would like to see it too also. Wow. So what exactly are we going to do? You step up to one of the two chainmail guards, planning on using sleight of hand to pull a coin out of his behind. Yet because before you can get near him, he steps back. Ugh, he shouts, you stink like the abyss. Oh, yes, they are stammering, trying to think of something. Threw feces at us at our last performance. You performed that poorly? Asked the lead guard. No, it was part of the routine, you say. You asked ladies and gentlemen to throw sewage at you? One guard asked you incredulously. It is very unique performance, says Kriya, not for everyone's taste. Oh, that is fucking hilarious. Because I can definitely see it being a unique performance where people actually willingly throw fucking sewage at people. I wouldn't be too amazed. Like, you know, those little midget games they play where they like throw midgets around. You must have seen those in Game of Thrones. I've seen that in like videos of people doing that in actual life as well. And yeah, a lot of people wouldn't like that. I personally would. But just saying, like, it's not for everyone, the unique performances. All are silent for a moment. Says Gukok, sniffing the collar of the cloak Kriya lent him. Smells nice. The guards look at him for a moment. Then all three throw their heads back and laugh. After the laugh dies, the lead guard nods at Gukok. He's the best of you. Steps out of your way and waves you through. Go on, deal is a deal. Favor 2 and morale 1. Yes, I need more and more favor. I don't want to be low on favor. You and the others hurry out the gate. Next time, wash yourselves before coming back, or by gods, we'll hang your head from the ramparts. Call one of the guards after you, and burn your clothes, calls another. You laugh as you quicken your pace into the middle ring. In your mind, Egra joins the laughter. Fine escape, she says. Okay, that was way too good. That was way too good. Alright, let us move on to the next option. This was the correct option. Be silent for now. I only did this because I didn't want to die, but apparently all the other options don't give that much, and the amulet option apparently kills you. So we're gonna go with the last option we chose last time as well. Be silent for now. We already read all this, so move on to the next one. So apparently the correct option is take off the amulet. This is the last option, by the way. So take off the amulet and hide it is apparently the best option here. Will go as morale and favor, unlike the last option which just gave us favor. We did partial disrobing. Reveal the amulet will kill you. So let's take off the amulet and hide it. You take off your cloak, and then as you pull by the way, if anyone's wondering why I don't choose the options that you die in just to see what would happen, I don't know, there's something about role playing these games that I don't generally, you know, I've said this before in a video I made a while back. I think that was a NetRare video. Similar to that, I consume media from a third person standpoint. I don't really, you could say I'm like the camera behind CJ as he does his thing, right? So I don't really put myself in the character's shoes, but I don't like to unnecessarily put the main character in the line of fire because for my own amusement, usually sometimes it's just something too good. Like an option that would decrease my health, but it's fucking hilarious, so I'm just gonna go for it. So I'm going to go for the second option, which is apparently the best option here. Let's not even bother with all that. Wait, hold on. Oh, for fuck's sake, I didn't read it. Oh, mother of God. Redo last choice, please. Fuck's sake. Yeah, take off the amulet and hide it. I was so fucking engrossed in the fucking talking of what I was saying about why don't I pick the death options. But I completely forgot that I already picked this option. So take off the amulet and hide it. Let's read it. Take off your cloak. Then as you pull your tunic over your head, you wrap the amulet up in the folds of the fabric. To your relief, the amulet comes off without incident. For a moment, you were afraid the Egra would interfere and you would get caught with your tunic up to your face. up over your face. Fold your clothes and place it neatly to the side of the altar. Presently, you're standing naked before her. Sorry, I smell, you mutter as you get up to the altar to lie down. And begging Alethea's pardon, you added. Aves smiles. You risk your comfort and even your life in the service of innocent people. Alethea will not take offense. Despite her words, you think you catch a glimpse of her crinkling her nose for an instant. This moment could provide you with some fine material for later daydreaming and fantasy, but the memory will likely be tainted by the memory of your stink. You vow that your next adventure will be cleaner. You also think that maybe you should invest some manly perfume. What? Invest in some manly perfume with your share of reward coins that Kriya is fetching. That is, as long as she doesn't run off and take your share with her. Yeah, I'm thinking that could more than likely happen. I highly doubt, now that I'm mentioning it again, that it would happen. But yeah, we'll see. Avis removes the bandages Kriya had applied. She then looks up to this. Yeah, we already read all this. Warm spread. Because you're naked, she's going to be very thorough. You close your eyes and relax. By the time you get dressed, you are feeling much better. You put we already did all this. Sleight of hand. You put your clothes again with the sleight of hand. Slip the amulet back on unnoticed. You haven't really thought about it. Maybe you should have left it off. That would be boring. Yeah, that would be boring. Yes, this game sometimes does these options for itself, because one of the times in the first game, Wizard's Choice, on the first chapter, we actually entered an area where there was like some evil energy coming out of some I'm gonna go with demonic energy. It's far better than stupid evil word. I don't like that word. It's fucking I'll discuss why I don't like that word another time. It's just subjective morality, a thing. Anyway, so the game just itself was like, oh, you're gonna find a secret room and not go into it. Of course you're gonna go into it. So there wasn't really an option of backing out, because how would they even go forward with it? So this time as well, they just went with that would be boring and just have us put it back on. So you're back in the chamber. Yeah, we all read all this. Is there going to be any mention of what the Egra liked? Maybe I missed you? What? Okay, yeah, there it is. You thank her again and leave. Now you're on the bustling street. Gukok is nowhere to be seen. Maybe he's still being healed. You put me back on, champion, says Egra gleefully. Maybe I missed you, you say, and I know you missed me. A thrumming power fills your soul. Kriya is not back yet. You whisper, I need that payout. I will spare no expense for that dress. Yeah, we already read all this. Yes, we have done. Now let's go buy a dress and charm a vampire. Let's go do it. So this should be the highest ranking. Yep. 690. I got 450 exact points last time, and the last part of this game I did like shit. I mean, I didn't really pick the worst options, because most of them will lead to your death, but it was still good, but it wasn't good enough apparently. All right, let's move on to the next chapter.